Over the past few years, more and more people have taken up gardening, resulting in a need for gardening classes for all levels of experience.
And one of those classes can be found in the Minnesota Landscape Arboretum. Garden guide Dale Kay explains how the Pro Hort course works.
G'day everyone. January, typically the quietest month for gardening. Everything's pretty quiet, pretty dormant, but it doesn't have to be that way. It's actually a great time to plan for next season, and there's an excellent way to do it. Joining us this morning is Laura Vogel from Pro Hort, which is through the University of Minnesota and the Extension Service, the Arboretum. Tell us a little bit about what Pro Hort is.
Sure. Pro Hort is an online course that you can take throughout 2024 that is self-paced, 40 to 60 hours of horticulture foundation for you to really get growing this year.
And would it be for beginners, or what kind of level of or experience in gardening do you need?
It's really inclusive of a lot of levels. It's if you are at least starting in your gardening already, that's usually best, but we really try to take all the students from where they're at and get them to where they want to go.
You mentioned it's all online, right? So
yes.
And your own pace, which is kind of a nice benefit.
It is, yes. You have the whole calendar year to get through the material. We do have a concentration this time of year because there is no gardening to do. The first 14 weeks we have live Q&A discussions. It's kind of like a call-in program, only it's live and interactive.
So a little bit like Facebook or any other kind of platform, I guess.
Exactly, yes. We have discussion boards where you talk about what you're learning with other students. As the coordinator, I'm there to answer questions and to respond to comments. So it's really an engaging experience, even though it's all online.
Now, of course, we're in the Twin Cities here. Is it meant for, even if you're maybe out of the seven-county metro, or unique to Minnesota?
It is. We cover a lot of universal principles in horticulture. For instance, integrated pest management is a broadly applicable term, but in Minnesota, we have a lot of specific plants and challenges we deal with, and we focus on those.
Now, someone that's actually benefited from Pro Hort, Kevin Wan, joining us this morning. How long have you lived here, firstly?
30 years.
And what's changed in the landscape over that time?
Quite a bit. When I got out of the Navy 30 years ago, I moved into this house, and I said, great, look at all the vegetation. And about a year later, somebody says, Kevin, that vegetation is buckthorn, garlic mustard, burdock, and all the invasives. And I realized I had some work to do.
How did you first hear about Pro Hort?
3 years ago, I closed my holistic clinic, and I was excited that I had free time for once. And I said, okay, I'm gonna start doing my front yard. And then I realized I didn't have any knowledge. About that time, my staff gave me a year membership to the ARB, and in their magazine was a list of courses, and bingo, I came across Pro Hort.
And after taking the class, what were you most excited about, or where did you want to start in your garden?
Actually, my knowledge of gardening was very small, so everything was important to me. How to grow lawns, fertilizing, woody plants, herbaceous plants, how to keep the rabbits and deer out of my yard, or away from my plants. So everything I learned in there was of value.
And what do you like most about gardening?
This is my escape. This is my stress reliever. I go to the back hill and I pull the invasives. The front yard is going to be more of a formal setting. During the summer, I can come out and be with the pollinators. I can be nose to nose with them. And it's just very relaxing. And plus, it's a great workout. And I'm 73, I'll be 73, and motion is lotion.
It keeps you young.
It keeps you young.
You mentioned that as soon as you started cleaning out all that buckthorn and mustard, pollinators and different plants started to appear.
I planted a few natives like Joe Pye, bee balm, culper-root, and all of a sudden the snakeroot showed up, the goldenrod showed up, Solomon seal, Virginia bluebell. They just started appearing on their own.
Thanks, Kevin. Excellent way to learn a little bit more about gardening. Pro Hort, you have till January 9th to sign up for the classes. We have the link below. Back to you.